We are awful red. Hello, I am James and this is Jade. Welcome to Tabletop Scholar.
Tabletop Scholar.
Before we begin, hey Ash, can you take the saturation down just a pinch, because we look like Christmas. It's pretty fantastic.
Fresh out of the womb. Okay.
Ooh, the side of Jade's face is sparkly now. Hold on, if I go like that, it's not. Yeah. Oh no, see, here.
Well, it's giving Edward from Twilight.
It kind of is. Can you take, you know, we're just gonna roll with it. So today,
Oh, my
it's a
hair's
lot of fun.
disappearing.
Well, stop looking at the monitor and look at this beautiful thing that we bought.
I am looking.
So these are Primaris Intercessors. I'm gonna set one here so you can see. I'm gonna put it in your camera. Look at that. Ooh, beautiful. Yeah. Oh, you're showing off the back, huh? Okay, so I know that you see us do a lot with Warhammer 40K. That's a huge part of what we sell here. Mm-hmm. And we've been talking about getting Jade into Warhammer for a minute now.
A few weeks now, for sure.
A few weeks, like a few months.
Been very excited about it.
She's excited about the Space Wolves, but I figured before we dive into Space Wolves, we're just gonna dive into plain old Smurfs.
Good stuff.
That's the name a lot of people affectionately call the Ultramarines. They're not actually called the Smurfs.
Primaris Intercessors.
So we'll do a little bit of an explanation as to what Primaris Intercessors are. So in the universe of Warhammer 40K, the God Emperor of Mankind is technically dead but not dead.
Okay.
His son Horus, who isn't technically his son, it was a clone, killed him but technically didn't kill him because he's attached to the Golden Throne.
I love the lore.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. So basically, these are the Emperor's angels of death.
Okay.
He sends out his angels to do his dirty work. And these guys are, like, canonically supposed to be just wicked strong. So intercessors, it's like they're intended to intercede, like guardian angels, right? Mm-hmm. Now, Primaris Ultramarines are kind of an upgrade to regular Ultramarines, which are a massive upgrade to soldiers.
Very nice. Okay, got it.
So basically,
Very beefy.
yeah, they go through this long process where they're like chosen as a child, and then they're raised in really brutal conditions.
Okay.
And then they're genetically modified with gene seed, which is like, you know, it's a chemical they take from their Primarch. The Primarch was the clone of the Emperor that they're made from.
Okay.
Right? And Rabute Gilliman is the Primarch of the Ultramarines. He created the Ultramarines, wrote the book that they live by. Nobody knows where he is now.
Okay.
Anyway, these are the bread and butter of Warhammer 40K, especially if you're just starting out. We recently put these together at the ASMR show.
Our ASMR, okay.
Yeah, that's what we put together. So let's go ahead and start by pulling these out. We have the exact same kit so that we can work on it together. And
This is also my first time putting together minis.
Yep.
And first time interacting with Warhammer, because I'm not yet into it.
On the camera there, these are decals. I'll hold it up here and you can see it just as well. So these are decals that after we've assembled them and painted them, we can attach these. And if you look real carefully, they have the symbols of the different chapters and different numbers that you can put on them. Oh, it was upside down. My bad. I'm gonna set that to the side as well. So what you'll have in here, we're gonna start, these are your bases. There's one base for each Ultramarine. And there's this really nifty thing about the mats that we're using. We sell these here at the guard tower. These are self-healing cutting mats. So if you damage them, like, it doesn't really matter if you have to make cuts and things on them. I also usually use them as essentially a drop cloth for when I'm painting my minis, so I can put it everywhere. But the reason I like this one in particular is it has all of the base sizes for your minis, so you can tell how big anything is, and then the real big minis right here. Also has marked angles, so you can tell how you're facing and basing.
Yeah.
So this part is measured in inches, but it's also measured in millimeters. And then you have a ruler on the side.
Okay, got it.
Let's go ahead and open these and set them aside, since each of the ultimate minis is going to need one. That's what we're going to do today is we're going to talk a little bit about the lore as we assemble these, and I'm going to teach you how they're built. Right? Mm-hmm. And if you look, these should be a 32 millimeter. They are. These are 32 millimeter bases.
All right.
And then we're just going to set them off to the side right here, and we'll grab them as we need them. And we should have just enough. Hey, Ashley. Can you do me a favor? I'm just so scared that the audio isn't on. Is it on? Okay. You know, you ever have those moments where you're just like, this thing must have gone horribly wrong?
Yeah, I'm getting paid to build minis. I don't think I can get any better than that.
It could get better.
Good, we could be painting them.
Okay, so let's open up to the first page and I'll show you what's in here.
All right.
If you look, so this first page tells you about, these are all the decals and how they're used. We're not going to worry about that right now because today we're assembling.
Okay.
And if you look up here, there are build variants. So the variant that's in blue, I don't know if you can see it. I'm going to hold it up to the camera. So you can see there are two variant Marines on the screen. The one on the left is blue, and the one on the right is actually green, but the green spill is erasing the green. So, sorry guys. So if you follow instructions that are in blue, you're going to get blue. And if you follow green, you're going to get green.
What's the difference between the two?
The one on the left is holding, looks like a storm bolter. They're both holding a storm bolter. It's just an alternative pose, it looks like.
All right.
If we look on here, like there's three options. There's a pink option, but that's for the sergeant. And then on here, you can see there's even more options. All of these that you can choose from. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Okay. We're gonna do the first one first. So let's go to the first page. And what we're gonna do is look for, making sure it's all there. See on the back, here's an intercessor squad, and it tells you how they can be equipped.
See. So they can hold different weapons in different poses and such?
Well, they automatically come with different poses. So I'm gonna set one of these up here, and we can both just kind of look at the same one, so we can stay on the same page. So you can just sit down on the side. So going through the tools we're gonna use, first, this is a sprue cutter. This is the Army Painter brand. We sell a lot of these. I prefer how buttery smooth the Citadel one is, but the Army Painter is still good and will get the job done. These are your files. So you have a round file, an angled file, and a flat bar file. And then tweezers if we need them, but don't always need those. So these are the sprues. Let's look through them real quick. If you look at this one has a bunch of stuff on the bottom, but see how it's exactly the same as the one behind it. Mm-hmm. And then another one, and another one. So you know what that means? We're just gonna use the same sprue 4 times. Real easy.
Very easy.
And that's why it has the variants on there.
Okay, I got it.
So you can set 3 to the side, and we're gonna have...
So it's your choice what you want them to look like. I like that. That's very cool.
For the most part, yeah. It's not exact, but let's go ahead and just start at the beginning. You're gonna take your sprue cutter, and you're gonna see it starts with 9 and 10. So look on here for parts 9 and 10. Here's 10, and here's 9. So when you cut these out, you're gonna get right up against the armor and just very gently snip. And not drop it on the floor like I almost just did. And then you're gonna do the same thing for the chest plate. And once you do that, you're gonna have these two pieces. You see the little sprue mark on it. I'll wait until you caught up with me.
1 second.
So the way to do it, make sure you get the flat side against the part you're cutting out, because it makes it go a lot easier.
Got it. All right.
So what we're gonna do is hold this up, and you can see there's a little tiny bit right there that came off the sprue. And I'm just gonna take this and just cut that little tiny bit out. But you gotta be careful not to damage the mini. This one also has a little bit, and a little tiny spot right here. So once you have yours, then this spot right here is rounded, so I'm going to take this and just gently rub it across it. A little bit smooth. It's going to discolor it. But it discolors it, but it makes it smooth. The primer will change the coloration, so don't worry about the coloration.
So just
like that. And then on the bottom, there's a piece right here. I'm gonna run this across it. There we go. Nice and smooth.
So that has to be smooth.
And then I'm gonna switch to the other piece and do the same. This part where I had to do a little snipping. I'm not gonna use the rounded part for that one. So I'll wait for you. Yeah, it looks good. You got it, yep.
Awesome.
So for this, you're probably gonna have something similar. You wanna grab the chest piece and take your angle file. Let you get a real nice part. You're gonna put the flat back against it and just go like this. That's all it takes. A couple swipes.
Oh, very nice.
And then we're gonna flip it over and do it again. All right, those two parts are ready to go. Now here's the hard part. These glues have been used a couple of times, and so I grabbed used glue on purpose. You're gonna take the tip off and twist it as you do, because sometimes the glue gets dried up in the tip, or the cap. So by twisting it, you can see the glue is ready to pour on the end. It doesn't stick to your fingers. Now, if you look on here, you'll see all the places that are yellow. That's where you apply the glue. But before you do it, I always test fit. So take this and see how it fits. Look at that, nice and clean. So because it's nice and clean, we're gonna take this glue, and I've got a little bit on the edge. I'm gonna off it. Here's how you do it. Try to keep it on camera. Tiniest little bit. All around perimeter.
I'm not getting any glue out of me.
That means that you have some dried in the tip. So real quick, I'm gonna put this together and then I'll help you watch. Put it together and count to 10. Squeeze it. Then it's together. I'll help you with this one. So what I do with these is you just kind of scrape the dried glue off the tip. It should start pouring again. So I'm going to test it on here. Right, so that one is a little clogged. Checking both sides. Learning how to clear these is a life skill. Take the tip of this and like that. Usually does it. See how it works now. Well, this one is being a problem child. I'm going to actually flip this over. Sometimes setting it down into the glue is enough to make it dissolve and reseat. Yep, that was it. That's all it took.
Awesome. Thank you.
And it doesn't take much. Be very sparing.
And hold for 10 seconds, you said?
Mm-hmm. Now sometimes people will spray primer on the sprues before building. You don't get as clean of a build if you do it that way.
All right.
And I'm trying to teach you a way that will allow you the best looking final product. It is not the fastest way to go, but it is, in my opinion, the best way.
May I see the bottom of your... We haven't seen that? Awesome, just making sure.
All right, now we need parts 11 and 12, 13 and 14. We'll start by clipping 11 and 12. 11 and 12 are going to be, here's 12, here's 11. So when you look at this, see how it comes up to the bottom of the foot? Take the flat side, you're not seeing it.
Okay.
Take the flat side here, put it right against the boot, and just snip. Use the tip of the cutter, it cuts better. And the same thing here. Mhm. And you got 11 and 12 out.
11 and 12.
So the bottom of mine, you can see a little bit of the sprues on there still.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to turn it so I can get a good grip on there. Feel it out. Okay. The rest of it looks good. Did you steal my triangle? I moved it. I'm accusing Jade of petty theft.
The hobby of mine.
All right, so you get that little bit off of both of these.
Mm-hmm.
And always test fit before you glue together. But on the bottom of a foot, like this, one of the best ways to go is with the flat bar. Take the flat, get it nice and smooth, because this is the part that's going to stick to your base later, so you want it smooth.
And then how does it fit on there?
Thing. You have to
there?
test
Ah, I
fit.
see. It snaps on there.
And
Mine
then you
snaps
have
on.
to snap it off.
Alright. So it does fit then.
Yes, it does fit. See, it goes in real well.
Alright.
And then once you snap it off, sometimes you gotta use a spoodle to get in there. So that's what I call these. I call these spoodles. No, that's not the real name, but that's the name I'm sticking with.
So,
You will not make me say anything else.
why do we have to use a spoodle with your that?
When I popped it off.
Ah,
So what you do is that little groove right here, you'll drop in it. And then snap it back together. As it snaps so easily, it's good to go. You just kind of put it in place.
my glue is definitely not wanting to
If you
cooperate.
move towards the center of your mat, people will see it better on camera. Then I'm gonna take 13 and 14 out and do the same.
Alright, there's
So-
my boot.
This is 13, that's 14.
14, I gotcha.
So again, use the flat side of this. It'll give you a much better cut. You're gonna get hooked on this.
I certainly will. It's going to be an addiction. Oh, and there she goes.
Yep, now you gotta pick it up.
I do. I will be right back.
We can all sing a song while we wait on her. Do 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 do.
Anyone else hear that absolutely terrible song?
Do do do. That's our title song.
This is our title song. Must be the singer, not the song.
Which one of us got paid to sing? Okay, so you're just gonna go through the same thing that you did with the last one. Make sure that the bottom is nice and flat from where the sprue was cut off. as we go, it's going to get faster and faster and faster. But what you want to do is make sure that you don't leave any of these marks like this. You want it all smooth. Then into the groove again. The glue. Does not take much, just a little drop. Snap it together. This is the hard part. So once you have it together, take your torso and your right leg. And you see the groove in the right leg. I'm not sure if you can see it on the camera. There's a groove there, and there's a hole right here. I don't know if you can pause and zoom in. And you're just going to test fit, see how they stick together. That's pretty good. Then you're going to check the other side. It has the similar thing, right?
Hold on.
So
We have.
that's the right leg. You're just holding it the wrong angle. So hold it like this, and it'll slide right in. It won't stick, it just fits well. There you go.
Got it.
So now you're going to take a drop and put it in that little groove. That's all you need. Together, and hold it and count to 10. I'm counting in my head.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Lost count because of you.
6, 7, 8, 9.
Now we're going to take this one to the other side and do the same thing. But if you look, see that little groove? How it's different? We're going to put the paint or the glue right here. And then just slide this in. Hold it. Uh-oh, without knocking the other leg off. I knocked the other leg off because I grabbed in the wrong spot.
No,
because
I'm
a
the
dunce.
boss.
You're the boss?
Yeah.
You're not the boss with
The
me.
master has become the student.
See, one of
So
the
what you
things that I
wanna do
learned
is
when I was young is it's not about your experience level does not determine how few mistakes you make. It determines how well you clean them up.
Oh, you supposed to.
And then he stands up. Now we have 2 of these that are going to be just like this. So now that we've done that one, set it to the side, grab another sprue, and do it again.
So it's what, 9 or 10. There it is. Five, 10, 11, 9, 10, 11.
This is where you can color it. Yeah, this foot is really prone to getting pieces of sprue, but fine. And then once you have a second one built, you're gonna start the next one. I have to hit all the exact same spots. All right, so what is it about the Space Wolves that appeals to you so much?
I don't know too much about them because I am still learning, but I like the idea and I love the way that they look. They look very tough. And
Wolves in space.
they are wolves in space. I wish I was in it. Maybe that's why I like Space Wolves. Very cool idea, honestly. And then I took one of the online BuzzFeed quizzes as well, and that helped.
after looking into the Space Wolves, anything about them that stood out to you? Because you know they are Ultramarines, they're just a different, they're not a, they're Space Marines, they're not the Ultramarine. That's a specific chapter.
This is looking nice.
I almost went with orcs just because of how silly they are.
For building.
Put them together today, yeah. But I decided that
This is a good starting point.
very much so, and we can use these in the stream very soon. The closer you stay to the middle of your map, the more people kind of see what you do.
There you go.
And then do not nip your skin like I occasionally do with the sprue cutter. That is a no-no. Yes, see it. Can't really see it. Oh well.
That was very loud.
It was loud.
Your voice.
I'm always loud. Except on the ASMR show.
No, the problem I was just surprised.
Jade is easily startled. She's afraid of her own shadow.
I am not.
Afraid of days that end in Y.
Don't. You're not scared of anything. Except.
It's
And,
true, she's
maybe-
afraid of the dark.
Maybe I should have. But.
And loud noises.
Loud noises.
You should be afraid of Chaos Marines.
Chaos Marines? Tell me about those.
So the Chaos Marines are Space Marines that have fallen to Chaos. Chaos. There's a place called the Immaterium, and that is the realm of chaos. And there are 4 Chaos gods that are like the evil in the game. So you have the Imperium of Man, you have the Xenos, and you have the Chaos factions. Xenos are all aliens, right? But the Chaos, there's a lot of cultists, there's a lot of demons, but you also have Chaos Marines. And the Chaos Marines, you have just in general Chaos Marines, but then you have other factions, kind of like how you have Space Wolves. You have, for the Chaos factions, you have Thousand Suns, you have World Eaters, Death Guard. Each of those actually goes with one of the Chaos Demons. So the Thousand Suns are under Tzeentch. The World Eaters are under Khorne, who is like the god of war.
Okay.
And the Death Guard are under Nurgle. Nurgle, call him the grandfather, is the chaos god of pestilence,
Are
and
we?
disease.
I apologize. Are we on 19 and 20? Are we using 19 and 20?
Not yet.
So I have a 1 leg here,
That's just a different base.
but I have 12 through, or 11 through 14 already gone, so where's my leg?
No, so you're going to do this twice. You should have 2 different sprues.
2 different sprues.
Mhm.
So I have,
See?
right.
Did you not use?
Oh, I grabbed the wrong one. That one was closer. I said it closer by accident. You are correct. Thank you. 13 and 14 still on in this one.
Right now we can hear Warhammer 40K players in the other room. Going
Shall we be
crazy.
Hopefully, with any luck, I'll get the hang of it.
For sure. And I will wait a second before moving on. You can see my 2 little minis are headless, armless zombies.
Get that one a little bit closer.
And then once you're done with that, we will start the next.
Sounds good. Takes me a minute longer. I'm no expert.
That's all right. I'm an expert, and that's enough. I am the tabletop scholar. I'm gonna make a tabletop scholar out of you. You're gonna learn everything. You're just gonna learn all the things. So
Anything and everything there is to know about Warhammer and more.
I have a daughter named, well, I'm not gonna give my daughter's name. I have a young daughter. My young daughter was asking a lot of questions. And I looked over at her and I said, wow, you ask a lot of questions. She said, duh, I want to know everything by the time I'm in 2nd grade. Ambitious. As soon as you are ready, you're almost there.
Almost there. Attaching my legs, waiting the 10 seconds.
And when you're done, they should stand up on their own, which is fine. And these are going to go together very similar to the first set we did. So now it's going to be 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So if we look on the sprue,
Alrighty, I've got mine to set up. And you said what numbers are
so
we
down
doing?
here, these are all of them. So this cluster, these are the 2 legs, these are the greaves, these are the chest pieces. So 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. That's what we're doing next.
Alright, sounds good. Start cutting those out.
And they're going to be just like the first set we did. Oh, it's kind of a weird cut right there. Do. Let me hear you sing our theme song.
I don't know it very well yet. Give me some time to learn it. I need to hear it more, honestly.
It's not really a theme song, it's just a song.
Oh, but we love it. The handles on my pliers are definitely not wanting to.
Well, I mean, they're like removable. Cut these out.
17, 18, 19. People put more in there.
They're very excited. I don't know if the microphones pick them up because they're outside the studio, but they're just loud enough because it's real quiet in here. But we can hear them, even if you can't. Now I'm trimming the feet, just like the other one, because you get the sprue pieces left. Did you throw another piece?
I might have thrown another piece. Give me one
It's
second.
hilarious.
Now where to keep those?
This is, if Hannah and Jared weren't putting together, or sorry, they're painting, aren't they? If they weren't painting, we could have somebody grab it for you. Where'd you throw it?
I don't know this time. It is locked in the room. Where did
Which piece is it?
A leg piece.
A leg or a greave?
I
Like the shin guard.
think it's a shin guard.
All right. Did you look under the table?
I heard it hit some metal.
Not on your chair? Wow, this is fun. So I'm just gonna keep putting together minis while Jade looks for the piece that she dropped.
I didn't drop it, it flew away.
Oh, okay.
I
Magic.
clicked and then it was gone.
We do work at a game store, so you know, magic, right?
It is the same color as the floor, coincidentally. Where did you go?
Maybe if you ask a little louder, it'll answer you. This is hilarious.
How about you just do your minis, okay?
Hey Ash, can you come help her find the piece that fell? I'm sure you guys recognize Ash from some of our other shows.
You don't have to see me.
she crawls along the floor trying to be
Alright, so what
avoided.
am I looking for?
Let me
It's a
grab
leg,
the
an
other one.
ultramarine leg.
Could be this. Yeah.
Okay. A shin guard.
Yeah. I'm going. Should I continue living?
Can you shut
or
that door?
continue looking? Yes.
So, since you're watching, this is what happens when you are not careful to cut your stuff over the mat. Sometimes they go flying.
Well, I
and
think it went straight up.
it went straight
It
up.
went straight up, hit some metal, and was gone.
Well, this is an important lesson. In the future, you'll know to not just let the pieces go flying. I did
didn't
this a
ask
few
it to go
times.
flying.
So we assembled a bunch of minis in my kitchen. Oh, it was around Thanksgiving, wasn't it? Was that around Thanksgiving that we did that mini party?
I was gone for a week and that was Thanksgiving week.
Oh, never mind. So, it was Hannah that helped, wasn't it? So we sat and put together minis all day, and only one piece got dropped under the table the entire time, and it was me. I dropped it. Yay! So you're not alone. Don't feel bad. Look under the cushions.
I feel a little bad.
All right, so make sure it's not on the table too. Move your sprues. Wow, you have lost an Ultramarine's piece of
Where
armor.
could it have gone?
I don't know. Let's maybe we should just keep building and
Okay.
let Ashley look for it. Do. So see how this one has a stranger shape than the other one?
Once I start putting them together a little bit, I believe I'll definitely be able to see that.
So check out the shape of this. See that?
Ah,
Fits into
I
here.
see it.
Goes like that.
Very cool.
So where you put the glue on this one is on this side. All around the hole. Oh look, she's almost on camera. Did you just unplug something?
No.
Ooh, haunted.
The light is not plugged in. We do everything right here at Tabletop Scholar.
There's definitely not a missing piece, and there's definitely not lights going off.
Alright, so this one here, see how I'm fitting it like this?
1 second.
If it's just like that.
Okay, got it. Alright.
And then you put the drop into the groove. Don't worry, the lights will come back on in a moment, and I will not be disappearing into the background. What do you think?
Oh,
The way it's gone together.
I love it. They're super cool. Super beefy.
And then I'm going to do the
Alright.
second one.
And then, so that fits together.
Snip that one in there. Oh look, there is light. What movie was that? He's like, Aziz, light! The Fifth Element. You're probably too young. to
Oh,
watch The Fifth Element.
I do not know, unfortunately. I have not watched The Fifth Element.
It was a good movie.
I was thinking like Let There Be Light, but that wasn't right.
You said it went up.
Yes, up. I heard a dink of metal.
Sure it wasn't a dink of plastic.
It had to be plastic against metal.
That's really weird.
Very strange.
Isn't it? It's gotta be here somewhere. Did you look among the lighting for the backlighting?
I'm about to double check.
Sorry guys, we don't normally lose a piece.
This one's on me.
Yeah. It's alright. We'll figure it out.
Very strange how it just like flew away.
Yes.
I thought you didn't put a jetpack on them yet.
They do eventually get
Oh, I didn't
jetpacks.
even see that.
There are assault intercessors that have chain swords. Go like
Ooh.
flying with a chain sword. I don't think any of these are just regular Primaris. We have a running joke where anytime somebody coughs, someone yells timestamp, and I'm surprised no one said it.
I am way too worried about my missing leg.
You're just slacking.
I'll get right back on it. I'll annoy everyone, don't worry. Alright, so what numbers is it? 25 through 7?
No,
9.
you want to do, there's 2 of each of these. So you want the 17 through 22 again.
I need this one.
Oops. I just turned it, that's the, so this is where you started, and it's these.
Down here. Got
Wait
it.
a second, no, because you're backwards. Oh, that's
Oh,
right here.
right.
These. Those
Yeah.
5.
Yep, these 5.
If I could not knock him over, I'd be.
That's what would make you happy.
Just make sure that you keep them separated so they don't get mixed up as we go. Yeah, that would make me happy.
It would make me happy.
$10 million.
Yes. If I knew my missing leg.
It's right there.
My,
The one from your
Yes.
Ultramarine.
intern. Yes, my. That is correct. 19.
So interestingly, I recently watched an episode of a show called Secret Level on Amazon,
Okay.
and it is about the Ultramarine Titus from Space Marine 2. It is so good.
That's a Warhammer based show.
It's Secret Level is about video games. Like they make different episodes about different games, and the Warhammer episode is just really good. It's not for kids, not even close, but it's really good.
What other shows or what other games do they put in there?
Dungeons and Dragons, Armored Core. I can't remember the rest. There were several. I am a Warhammer fan. I'm a Dungeons and Dragons fan too. Not as much into Armored Core. I was actually more into Battletech. But it was. I don't want to like give spoilers for anybody that hasn't seen it. Let's just say everything goes sideways, which is typical for 40K. And it does so in just a beautiful fashion. It is a glorious mess, which is
I
exactly
love
why I
the
thought
little
you would
bits
love
of
it.
chaos. Oh yeah, for sure. I'll have to check it out. You said it's on Amazon?
Yeah, might even be able to do it when we're done with this episode.
Alright guys, that's gonna wrap up the stream for today.
Not. And then after these, then we do the 25 through 30. Just gotta keep rolling through them. Seems like Ashley was stumped as to where it went. Can't see it anywhere. So strange.
See, it's not my fault. It's Marcus Ghost.
Well, you just keep moving on it, and we'll find it later, and we'll attach it at the end. when we're done with everything.
It's not like a absolutely vital piece that's it's not gonna be able to be built without, you know?
Yeah, but it's definitely decorative, so we do want to find
for
it
sure.
before we paint these. And we're gonna do that on our next episode. Surprise!
Very nice.
So normally the ultramarines are blue and gold
Okay, I like that.
and white.
The first time I built a mini, I was telling one of the people this the other day. First time I painted a mini, I was sitting at the table and I'd never done before, never interacted with the paint, so I grabbed one of the bottles, I'd shaken it up like I was told, and I went to go put a drop, because that's what everyone said, you only need a drop. So I was so scared.
That's true.
Putting a drop onto the plate, and the whole bottle exploded.
She shook it so hard.
That's false. The bottle was faulty, and it exploded everywhere.
It had one of the
Ensuing
little metal
panic.
shakers in it though, right?
It did. The ball, I believe, got stuck. I didn't hear the shaker. I believe the ball got stuck and the pressure built as I was like trying to squeeze it out, and it exploded.
It's hilarious.
And then while I was in the middle of painting my mini, I was so focused. I love painting minis, by the way. I just kept, because I was so focused, I kept forgetting to breathe. So I'd sit there and then I'd paint, and then I'd take my hand off with like the brush, and I just have to breathe for a minute.
I remember looking over you, Jade, breathe.
Breathe.
I swear you were turning blue.
I just kept, that's how focused I was on it.
She's literally like,
It's not my fault. I was very focused. I'm very good at my job. And everyone was like discussing plans and stuff. I was not listening. I was too focused.
we had a whole conversation with her going, Then we get to the end, she goes, wait, what'd you say? Didn't catch any of it, just a lot of
That's what you get for talking while I'm painting.
Your mom loved that. Did she ever like give you a speech and then you heard her?
Oh yeah, for sure. Used to drive my stepmom nuts because I'd say what before she finished talking. She'd be in the middle of like trying to say something, and be like, what? Like, and then she asked me to repeat what she said, and I'd repeat it. She's like, then why did you ask what? And I'm like, I can't comprehend that fast.
I don't know why I asked. My go-to as a kid was not to ask what or why. I would immediately ask questions about what I was just asked, to the point that people thought I was like questioning the fact that I was asked. They get really mad at me. I got in so much trouble in school as a little kid for asking too many questions.
4, 5. If I don't count, then I won't hold it for that long and then it breaks. Okay, got it. Okay, so these two are done. Do we have a third one? Or is that one different?
The next one is the 25 through 31.
25, 31,
No, through 30.
through 30.
One. The one that is 25 through 30.
20, 30.
The English language is so strange. Have you ever thought about why you have one deer, deer. You have two deer, deer. But if you have one mouse, it's a mouse. Two mice. But if you have one moose, it's a moose. If you have two moose, it's a moose. But if you have one bird, bird. Two birds, birds.
I think my brain hurts.
Like we don't say mooses,
Where's 28?
we don't say meese.
Oh my god, meese is
Did you mention
like geese.
deers?
Like goose and geese. Oh my gosh. I get it now. Understand.
English language is just like it. English hates you. That's pretty much it. Isn't that right, Ash? I don't know if you could hear
You know what
her.
also
She said, yep.
is really difficult?
What?
Finding a missing leg.
Well, watch, as soon as we're done the stream,
It's gonna pop.
yeah, we're just
right
gonna
up.
find it immediately. Like, oh, hey, there it is. Like, how'd this get in Egypt? You know?
Well, there is a river there.
I think you're in denial. Denial. Jade, it's a joke. You're supposed to laugh.
I'm the star of the show.
All right, so I'm gonna
Okay.
tell you a joke. You ready?
Oh god. Okay, go ahead. Can I say that?
She asks after the fact. You're fine. So,
Okay, cool. Good to know.
you know what surrealism is?
No.
Like when people sculpt and paint things
Oh,
that
yes.
are very clearly not real, but they're made to represent real things.
Mm-hmm.
How many surrealist painters does it take to screw in a light bulb?
How many?
A fish.
Be very careful. Oh, yeah.
Lots of dad jokes.
Someone please comment something else to talk about.
Well, I'm too busy paying attention to Vinny to think about what else to comment on.
No, I just want to get away from the dad jokes. That's all. So if someone could please give us anything else to talk about, that'd be vitally appreciated.
Well, we can talk about the different Primarchs of Warhammer 40k.
Okay.
I can never remember all their names, but I can tell you this: my favorite Ultramarines, or favorite Space Marines, are the Salamanders. No longer have their own codex. A codex is a book that tells you all about a specific faction, like an army you can play, right? And the Salamanders no longer have their own codex, so they're just considered part of the Ultramarine. But in the lore, 40k, the Salamanders come from a planet called, oh man, I can't remember the planet. It's a death world. It's covered in lava, right? Their Primarch's name is Vulcan. And his modifications that make him able to survive the extreme heat of the planet turn his skin like jet black, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so all of the salamanders have jet black skin because they're designed to be able to withstand those extreme temperatures. But that's their thing, is they use a lot of fire. They're combat engineers, so they are really good at the logistics and travel portions of war, getting people in and out.
Are they a very kind species? Known for being-
They're the only Ultramarines that are really considered true good guys. They don't like to hurt the innocent. They will actually sacrifice themselves, where most Ultramarines are like, well, it's time to go. They'll fight, and then they'll leave. When they don't always just leave, they're not cowards. It's that their objective is more important than the innocent. But the Salamanders, the innocent are just as important as the objective.
I very much admire that about them as well. Alright, so I've got this. So, oh, hello.
The joke about Salamanders is be kind and burn everything.
Ah, yeah, I heard that.
You know what we should do? We should actually make these into Salamanders. They make a kit with the decals for Salamanders. They have flamethrowers. I don't think they have flamethrowers. I think they're all bolters. Never mind. They're just Ultramarines.
How boring. We love
Not
it though.
really. 53 to 37.
Alright. So cutting out each of these pieces on my third.
The next set is going to come off of a different sprue. So when you get there, I will point it out to you. You just keep on working on what you're working on.
Good. What we're doing so far is just trying to keep up with you. Cool.
I'm moving slow, intentionally slow. You know, there's like a genre of music that is grimdark, 40K.
Really?
Yeah, you can Google it, and there's just songs about like Astartes. There's a bunch of songs that are like inspired by the Adeptus Mechanicus. It's all like electronic core, basically.
Okay.
It's pretty good.
Got all my next pieces out. What's like the, what's it sound like? Kind of like rock?
Electronic core.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear that.
So if you were going to be an Ultramarine, what would your job be? You can't because the Ultramarines are all men. But you'd be part of the Adeptus Sororitas, which is all women. And
What do they do?
the Adeptus Sororitas, think nuns with guns.
Wow.
Some of them fly. They're all like, the Emperor protects, filthy heretic. To them, like, mercy is killing you quickly.
Okay.
So the Adeptus Sororitas have power armor like the Ultramarines.
Mm-hmm.
And they can carry bolters like Ultramarines carry, which is a very heavy weapon the average person couldn't make. But instead of having all of the augmentations that an Ultramarine has, the cybernetics and the genetic enhancements, they have faith. Their faith in the Emperor is so strong that they can shrug off damage like an Ultramarine. And canonically, if a sister, they call them battle sisters as well, if a sister has suffered some sort of mortal injury, her faith can literally save her. There is a type of laser that does emetic damage, and emetic damage is basically like a plasma that behaves like an acid. So if it hits you, it just starts melting you, not all at once. It's an awful way to go. And in one of the videos online that was a trailer for, I believe for the game Battle Sister, it shows a Battle Sister fighting Necrons. Necrons are those weird ones that look like Terminators. They have like 1 million of them in the back.
Okay.
And she gets shot by one of their snipers in the hand.
Oh.
And her hand starts dissolving.
Oh,
And
shit.
she staggers into some sanctum somewhere and falls to her knees and starts praying. Her hand is restored.
That's neat.
Yeah. So in the game, what that looks like is miracle dice. Miracle dice are generated under certain circumstances in the game. And then you can apply them at any time. Now, some of them, you roll them when you generate them. Some of them are automatically a 6. The ones that are automatically a 6, you can basically just negate an entire attack with it. There we go. And
That's really neat. That's really cool. So what are some of the jobs that you mentioned, like, okay, what would your like role be? Do the sisters have any like particular roles or anything like that they do?
They do.
Differently.
so you have just your plain old battle sisters, which I say plain, but they're still really hardcore. Then you have some of, they get weird, get real weird. I'm making sure I got the right one real quick. I think this one actually.
Alright, I've got these two. Alright, on to my
Hell on
fourth.
earth?
Alright, and then what was the...
That is different. There we go. Sorry, I had to find it.
Oh, okay.
The other sprue has 35 on it. And that's where you start with the next.
This one? This one has 35, you said?
Yeah, in the bottom
33.
corner. 33 through 37.
Got it.
So you have 6 different orders of battle sisters, and they all fight a little differently. Like the Order of our Martyred Lady, the Sacred Rose. I mean, there's a bunch of them. So they all fight differently, but you'll have your standard battle sister just carries a bolter.
Okay.
Then you have ones that carry flamers,
Ooh.
which is a handheld flamethrower. Meltas, which is a plasma gun that melts through armor. It's not like a flamethrower. And then you have some will carry maces, and some carry shields that have guns built into them.
That's neat.
It's pretty cool. So the Celestian Sacrosancts is a type of unit in the Battle Sister. And they can have a mace, or they can have a halberd, and then that they carry in one hand, and they carry a shield on the other. And that shield has a bolt pistol built into it, which is really cool.
I feel like I'd enjoy the chaos of a flamethrower. Like if I had to pick a weapon.
They're not the strongest weapon in this, but they ignore cover, which is nice. And Battle
Yeah.
Sisters have some detachment rules called Bringers of Flame that make them even better.
Oh, okay. I know you mentioned the plasma gun that goes through armor. Those sound really neat.
Melta, yeah, you can only have so many of each type of weapon in a squad. Meltas are pretty good. Multi-Meltas are really good, but the sisters get multi-Meltas.
That sucks.
Well, they have a tank called the Immolator, and it's just a giant flamethrower. Well, it has multiple flamethrowers. It's a tank.
That's really cool.
No, the cool one is called the Exorcist. And the Exorcist is a pipe organ on a tank that fires rockets.
I feel like you told me about that.
Yeah, it's nuts. I love it. It's one of my favorite minis.
So
Built
tell
a few
me
weeks ago.
a bit about how we play Warhammer, like the goals.
Well, it really depends.
like
Essentially,
that.
you want to win the most points in a game.
Okay, so
That's
it
the
goes by
core of it.
points.
Yes, and those points are earned by holding objectives or completing. Like you have cards that come with it where you have like different missions and stuff you can do.
Okay.
Or you get points for the enemy units that you've killed. It just depends on whether you're playing with your friends or whether you're playing competitively.
Are you going against other people?
Yes. Now, I prefer to just play casual with my friends. Because when you're
So is
playing
that where you're
casually,
on the same
you
team?
can really... No, you still fight each other. You
Okay.
can play... There's not much of a mechanic for like PvE.
Yeah.
Suppose you
Timestamp.
could if you play... See, I told you. She said timestamp when she coughed. When we shoot the ASMR videos, anytime there's a cough or a sniffle, timestamp, and then after the fact we go through.
It's not
and edit it out.
relaxing, so we have to edit them out.
Yeah, you don't want to hear me cough when you're trying to fall asleep.
Well, personally,
Except
when
Jade, she sleeps so well thinking about me hacking up a lung. Told me all about it.
violent. So I fall asleep. You know those like ASMRs that are like boyfriend gets into a car wreck. Like
What?
fire. You've never seen
I've
that?
never seen
Oh
ASMR.
my god. It's like, girlfriend
That's
falling down the
terrible.
stairs.
That's
and
not
it's like,
ASMR,
and ASMR is
that's-
like, I'm gonna go get us
That's awful.
and I'll be back here. And there's like a bunch of like crashing and like screaming.
So the next is 41 through 46.
My favorite playlist. I have
That
a
sounds
whole
awful.
playlist.
Why would you? I don't understand
I
it.
don't have a playlist, I'm kidding.
The Schadenfreude. I do watch fail videos with my kids.
I used to watch America's Funniest Videos with my family. I'm sad that they stopped doing that show. Or Did they stop doing it? I know that it
I don't know.
changed.
I don't watch TV.
It changed like hosts. Remember that?
Yeah, they changed hosts a couple of times. Okay, so I remember a video that was on America's Funniest Home Videos maybe 20 years ago. And then it got uploaded to YouTube with the caption, "Dumbest Kid Alive." I don't think he's stupid. I think he just had bad depth perception. And it shows a family's at a pool, and I'm not sure what language they're speaking, but their kid has pool floaties on his biceps, like big old pool floaties. And he's about 20, 25 feet from the pool, and the parents are calling out to him, and he goes running, and he jumps into the air for this perfect cannonball. I mean, it is picture perfect, and he misses the pool. And he just lands right on the edge and bounces into the pool.
Oh my gosh. Oh, it just hurt. It hurt more because I know that my parents are calling for me. They're watching it happen.
Yeah.
You can see it happening in like slow motion. I'd never.
Well, if you go on YouTube and you just look it up, I'm sure you can still find it. It's under Dumbest Kid Alive. There's probably 100 people who have re-shared it acting like it's original. Thanks, YouTube. But
No,
it
don't
was
give
funny.
them ideas on what to do with our content.
Well, fortunately, we license our music, so we're allowed to use it. But if anybody shares our videos and treats them like their own, they have to get a license for the music, or they can't share it. So there's a double side to that. Like, you get to listen to some good music while we're putting stuff together. It helps protect our channel. So it's like enjoyable and
All right. Play.
I just have the whole opening song stuck in my head still. Sorry.
I'm gonna listen to it. I know the I have the Minecraft lobby music, the old one, not the new one, the old music stuck in my head. That is like the core. Whenever I hear it, it brings me immediately back. I used to play on my dad's computer. That was the only time I've ever touched a PC was for that, and I played on the same world every day.
Master Race.
And that was also, I was playing Minecraft when my mom told me that she was pregnant.
Oh goodness.
I was playing Minecraft.
Like, do you mind? I don't care. I'm trying to dig down to bedrock.
I was making a roller coaster. And then my dad was like, "Hey Jade," and I'm like, "Hold on." He's like, "Hey Jade," and I turned around and he's sitting there with my stepmom. He's like, "How many people are in our family?" And I like take the headphones off. I'm like, 3. He's like, 4. And I'm like,
What an announcement.
I was in the middle of playing Minecraft. I was making a roller coaster with my friends.
You have friends?
I had friends.
Oh, did you eat them? Because that's what would happen in the Imperium. Nothing goes to waste. So the ration packs, do you know what they're made from?
No, you're lying. Are you being serious?
I'm serious. Nothing goes to waste in the Imperium. It is truly a grim, dark future where
It's a
Soylent
grim-
Green is normal.
Dark future. That's a lot of kids.
Well, no, it's not cannibalism. They're processed.
Still eating your own kind.
Well, no, you're eating like a nutrition pack that's
Made from them.
Well, it's not just the dead people. It's also
Well,
like
if I mix a human
cockroaches,
with
vitamins.
some salt and pepper, that's still cannibalism.
That's awful. And let's not talk anymore about cannibals, because I might have to actually go through and mute that word so we don't get a warning from YouTube.
You brought it up.
No, it's actually lore for 40K. That's what they do. It's
Where's my leg?
definitely not a pretty place. They call it the grim dark future for a reason.
I'm not gonna say that word.
Well, if they're so the whole thing is in the grim dark future, there is only war. That's their thing, is it's all war.
It's all death.
So there are entire planets that are for one particular thing.
Oh.
So you have hive planets, you have forge planets, and then planets that are considered inhospitable or uninhabitable are called death worlds. And there are people that live on death worlds, and that's where the salamanders come from. They live on a death world.
Oh. Okay.
And then they have tomb worlds, but those are from the Necrons. The Necrons were once an organic race, and they exchanged their bodies for immortality, essentially.
I do have. Sorry, my apologies.
Then use one of these spoodles. Take this fine point
I got
right
it.
there.
I got it off.
Okay.
I just had it on the wrong one. I was like, why isn't it fitting? And it's because I had it on the wrong, which you probably can't see because I'm all the way back there and I should be up here.
So again, this is a spoodle. See how it's like got that little curved, here I'm gonna hold it where you can see it. I call these spoodles. I don't care what they're really called because I've been calling them this since I was like 5.
He's warning you in the comment section to delete your paragraph right now.
What? Oh, about like,
Yeah.
it's not called a spoodle.
Yeah,
Bro, it's a
it's
spoodle.
It's a
Because I
spoodle.
said
Get
so.
it right.
It's a spoodle. So anytime you hear us mentioning spoodles on this channel, that's what we're talking about, is little tools. There's scrapers and pry bars. Like there's, this part here is for scraping the sprue lines off. Citadel also makes a sprue line remover that's really good, and it's kind of funny shaped. And you look at it and you're like, what is this for? It's for removing sprue lines. First time that I ever showed one to Ash. What is this for? You remember that, Ash? He doesn't remember it.
It's not.
So lame.
On my last one, what is the last numbers? Like the
Turn the
last
page, and they are right here.
41 through 46.
Yep.
All right, thank you.
See, I told you you'd be good at this.
I built Legos as a kid, and I would build like massive Legos. I built New York City once. And
Nice.
So much. The giant pirate ship on my bookshelf.
When I was in 5th grade, we had to come up with a project. I was like, it had to be something related to science and all that, and I came up with an idea for a machine that is essentially a mech that is designed to clear old forest and clear out brush and plant trees and like stop forest fires and stuff, because you can start controlled fires with it, but because it's completely sealed, like hermetically sealed, climate controlled, you could walk through a forest fire and you could actually like spray the base of trees and the ground and stuff, and you could cut down the trees that were burning out. And so like it was a good idea. And so I wrote this whole plan up for everything that it would do and how it would benefit the earth and everything down to the power source. And 5th grade me, do you know what the power source was? A thorium battery.
What is that?
Thorium is a slightly radioactive element that a single thorium battery could power a city for 50 years.
Oh, wow.
So we power these things with thorium batteries, you know? And I did not have anything with which to build a model. I was poor. And I wanted to like make a model that people could go, oh, and get what I was talking about. So I was lamenting this, and I came across a garage sale. And at the garage sale, they had a bunch of old Legos, like the space kits from the 80s and stuff, just tons of them. And I was talking to the person at the yard. It was a yard sale, not a garage sale. It was like out in front of their house. Like I can remember it vividly even. And it was a tub about this big, like this wide, about that deep, full of Legos. And I said, how much is this? And the lady looked at me, and like after I asked how much it was, I looked down and it was like $25 or something like that. And here I am, like I'm this kid that has to mow lawns to make money because I was like 8 when I bought it. And she goes, $5. I was like, yes, and I bought it. And so when it came time to make this, I built it entirely. Ooh, look at that. This is showing how to attach all the backpacks. Sorry. Not to these, yeah, one. See, this is all one. Oh, so what I was saying is I built the mech out of Legos. So all these backpacks are part 49. So in a minute here, you're gonna cut off 10 49s.
I've got 2 of the like bodies left to do.
Okay. I'm just gonna keep plowing through these, cutting out backpacks. So I made this thing fully articulating with like a sealed cockpit and had all kinds of cool attachments and built entirely out of Legos with a big diagram on a poster next to it as to what it was and how it worked. And got an A on the project. That was nice.
And this?
You ever do any science fair stuff?
No, I never had a science fair.
Never had a science fair.
Nope. I've always wanted one.
We're gonna have to do a science fair here too.
I feel like that'd be fun.
That's gonna have to be related to games.
Each come up with like, I don't know. Do something very cool.
We'll figure it out.
World creation would be neat, like create a diverse world with like rules, laws, creatures, species, customs, habitat, etc. Does that make sense?
Well, there's a lot of world building stuff out there that already exists. You could probably sit down and use one of, like, there's a thing called Kingmaker, Pathfinder. You build a whole kingdom. Design it from top to bottom. It's pretty fun.
There it is. I remember doing a creative writing project for one of my friends. She didn't want to do it. And so, like, she was like, oh, I don't like this class, it's creative writing. She didn't want to do the project. It was just creating your own dystopian world. You dystopian or utopian. So I was like, okay, I'll do it for you. And I spent like a few hours. And it was, I did it from the perspective of him writing a journal, right? And it was like, oh, you know, this world is perfect. Everyone here is equal. You know, everything's the same.
Sounds so lame.
So what if, you know, maybe I wanted an extra room for like painting or a bigger counter because I like to cook. It doesn't matter because everything's equal, you know. We're all fine. It's all fine, you know.
I like people to be
And
better
then
than me
it's
at things.
he starts to like, as he's writing his like diary entry, it starts to get more like, well, it sounds fine, but doctors, you know, they have to work really long hours and really hard while they make the same amount of money as, you know, like, oh, this person, you know, like, everything is like equal to the point of like insanity. Does that make sense?
Well, my
so
thoughts
then-
with this is, why does a doctor have to, so, like with doctors, a large part of the reason that they have to charge so much is because of their malpractice insurance and because of
But
interest payments
in
on their
this
student
world,
loans.
they get paid the same amount as everyone else. Does that make sense?
Well,
so
is
that's
their
like,
education paid for?
that's where the problems come in. Is like, oh, you know, like that doesn't seem fair. And then it switches to like, so he starts like questioning all these things, and there's a camera. Like he's like, but they're always watching us. He starts writing down like, I don't think this is fair. And there's like a big knock on his door.
Sounds like the
And they
book
bust
Anthem.
in. And then point of it is that the teacher of the class, my friend turned it in, you know, said it was hers and turned it in, and teacher actually asked to talk to her after class and said, you know, he liked it so much. I'll have to find the story for you sometime. It was really, I really liked it. but like wanted to talk to her, said like, oh, this is like really good, and was just talking it up, and I was really proud of that.
That sounds great.
Where it is. I wish I could take her. We didn't have creative writing in my school, but I would have taken it if I had had it. It sounds like a cool class.
Yeah, I love creative writing. Something I would love to do is for 40K, because you have these scenarios, but I would like to build a whole real scenario that is more than just like you would play at a tournament, like little skirmishes. I would like to have a story behind it and have multiple people get together and play through the scenario. So I'm thinking like having Jared do that on Table Ready. Like I'll build the scenario and everybody can play it out. I was thinking of doing just a huge tournament, not tournament, but a huge game. It'll take probably all day to do it. We'd have to do it on Saturday or something. But have like a 3-way battle across multiple tables with multiple armies. And I thought that would just be the coolest thing. Hey there. And what did you think?
I think it'd be really neat. I definitely would want to participate, so I'd have to definitely buckle down and learn about Warhammer and start playing, get some experience in. That does sound really fun, and I definitely want to be a part of that. Especially
Maybe next month.
Ooh, that's a good amount of time as well.
What I would like to do with this is we're going to paint these intercessors on another episode. And then I would like to take an episode to teach you how 40K is played. And then we can turn you loose on Table Ready with Jared. Maybe you could actually stand a chance against him. Since by then you'll know what you're doing.
We kill everything in sight.
Well, everything in sight, you sound like a Tyranid.
Maybe I won't kill everything in sight. But you
Did I
have
tell
glue
you
in my
the
eye.
Tyranids?
You have glue in my eye.
You're not supposed to do that.
I think I do. Timestamp. She coughed.
I don't know that they could hear her, so that makes it even funnier.
Ashley coughed in the booth, so. Oh, there's glue in my hand.
She did, she coughed.
Just leave me alone.
Hilarious. Ashley was our show Shiny New Toys. Hopefully you saw that a little while ago. It's a great program, but it showcases all the stuff that we have either just gotten in stock or restocked sometimes. Oh man, one of the things I wanted to teach you about, or we get to like Origins next, well, this coming year, is Battletech.
Ooh, okay.
Played a lot when I was a kid, and it's a lot of fun.
There's a lot of Battletech on the shelf out there as well.
Yeah.
If anyone likes Battletech, can pick some up.
Okay, I think I've got all these backpacks. Backpacks galore!
You're so fast.
They're all exactly the same. I told you I'm the tabletop scholar. What am I good at? Building minis. Playing games. Sorry, I had to get some of the dried food on the tip there. For these, I put the little drop right here. And then just fit the backpack on. Ta-da! And you don't even have to hold them long because they'll sit there and glue themselves on. You don't knock them over. Knock the backpack off like a dunce.
Alright. That should do it for the scissors.
You got them all on?
Yep.
Nice. I'm trying to go slow so that I don't leave you in the dust here.
It's not working very well, is it?
I don't know. You're almost caught up.
Alright. Let me see the backpacks.
So they're in all 4 sprues. Just grab them and start cutting them out. And then you have to trim the
What
stuff off of them.
numbers?
They're all number 49.
Oh, just the number 49?
And every sprue, they're labeled exactly the same. They're 49.
Okay.
They all look the same. They're the same fit. Makes it pretty easy. One of the things I like about Ultramarines is they kind of go together easier than most of the other miniatures. So if you're short on time, you gather quite a few of them. And all the poses of all these are very similar, which is, some people will find that pretty boring. I don't mind it. I
don't
like
think I mind it
Ultramarines.
either. I think it's pretty cool.
Well, good.
Is there 3 on each?
No, there's 2 on 2 and 3 on the other. But what color are we gonna paint our Ultramarine?
I like the idea of blue, gold, and white. I think that's really neat. Like
So the
that
standard
color
Smurf blue.
coordination. Yeah, I don't think that's bad.
Did I tell you what color I'm gonna paint my Necrons?
Mhm.
I'm gonna paint them like a gay pride parade.
Oh, yeah, you told me about that.
It's like rainbows. It's gonna be amazing.
I cannot wait to see it. I think it's very interesting.
What would happen if we like put sparkles on the altar? We could
Wait,
make it look like they
metallic?
got in a fight with like some Sinch demons.
I have a mica powder at home.
So what we do is we paint them the standard blue and gold and all that. But before we're done, spray them with varnish and then dust them while they're still wet with ultra fine rainbow glitter powder. And then just make them like shimmer rainbow colors. What do you think?
Love it. Good. Immediately.
I love rainbows ever since I was a little kid. I just,
I'm gonna glitter
everything
your
rainbows.
car.
Hate glitter though.
I'm gonna glitter your car. Now I'm even more determined.
Don't glitter my truck.
Going to glitter
No,
your truck.
please do not glitter the truck.
It's such a nice truck. It's going to be a very shiny truck here very soon.
Then you dump glitter in my truck and you're gonna be out there cleaning it. It's like, what are we doing today? Well, we're gonna shoot. Now we're
Behind
gonna
the scenes of
vacuum my truck for the
tabletop.
next 4 hours.
Behind the scenes of Tabletop Scholar. I'm sorry. Look at all these.
So I have backpacks on all of mine, and then the next thing is to attach them to bases.
Let me live my life. Yeah, I do have them all. Okay, awesome. So, glue these on.
Before you glue them on, there's a lot of sprues hanging off. Like,
Yeah,
check
I'm
this
just
out.
like trying to see how they
So
go
I'm gonna
on.
show it on the camera. You can zoom in and see that part on the top. I'm gonna try and turn it so you can see it better. Yeah, you can see it right there. There's a bit of plastic hanging off the end, and here's how you get it. Just go like this. Get in there at an angle so that you don't damage the rest of the mini. That's it. Then you kind of go like that. And take one of the spoodles, you go like this, and it scrapes it off. See? And then you can sand it.
Okay.
That's nice.
Was there supposed to be 2 like little top parts on
They're
that?
still there. You look at that angle.
on yours.
Did you cut them off? You ruined your Ultramarine. It happens. Here, let me show you another one. How I do it. Check it out. Come in and did you nick this one? Cut it off.
Okay, I didn't know.
You totally cut it
I
off.
didn't know. They're all like
Well, since you already cut it off, maybe you should just make this one smooth all the way across the top. Did you cut it off of all of them? No, there's one that you didn't.
There's like 2 out of the 8.
This one is
that I did.
uninjured, so
I didn't know.
It happens. It is what it is. The next step is going to be basing. So as soon as you are ready, we can move on to that. If you would like a little help trimming those up, I'll
I
help
would
you.
also like a little help trimming it up.
Cool. I got you.
So, sorry, that one's gonna be flat.
So you cut one of them off on this one? You want me to cut the other one off too?
I don't know, you tell me what's...
You want to make them look battle scarred?
Yeah.
Okay, then we'll just cut off. Sand smooth.
We're
So-
just doing that to all of them.
It'll be easier with this one, the way that you're doing it. And now when they're painted, we can tell which ones are yours.
It was truly an accident.
That's all right. No, this is the one that I did, and it's not ruined. We'll leave that on there. He can be the captain or something. Oh, this one's all chewed up. That's okay, it's your first one.
He shouldn't have disobeyed orders.
He should not. He probably got caught putting nails in orphan's shoes.
It was one time during a D&D campaign months ago. Okay, so here's what happened. I was, what was I? Neutral good?
You were
Lawful
neutral.
good?
You were a neutral good ranger, and then you
So
decided.
we're in this town, and oh my gosh, we're having a good time. There's an orphanage that, by the way,
My character
We run.
started that orphanage.
I am bored in this town, and I decide, okay, let's go play a game with the orphans. If
First, you tried to get them to eat things that weren't food.
they win this game, then they could have a gold coin, and if they lose, I get their shoes. So this orphan, he decides he wants to play, right? And so we, take a marble, and whoever gets it closest to the wall, wins. So I win. He starts taking off his shoes. And then the matriarch comes up, and she's like, "What do you do?" And
The
she's
matriarch?
like, scary.
So my character in that game is a geriatric monk.
Not you, the person who runs the...
Oh, you're talking about Tabitha?
Yeah,
No,
Tabitha.
she's the librarian that
Oh,
works
well.
in the library attached to the Monster Hunters Guild, attached to the orphanage that my character built.
So anyways, so Tabitha comes up and she's like, "What are you doing?" And she can clearly tell what's going on. And I'm like, "Oh, nothing," I'm scared. And she's like, "Well, looks like you're about to go buy new shoes for all the orphans." And I was like, "All right, yeah, I am." So I go to the store, I get a bunch of pairs of boots. I take one of those pairs of boots, I take my dagger, and I poke holes through the bottom of the boots. That way, when it rains, when it rains,
They'll walk in
water
blood.
will seep through the bottom of his shoe and get a sock. Okay? Okay. So I do so just to that one pair, that orphan that was a snitch, okay? Lost the game. That's the only pair that I do it to. Should mix these up a little. These are the same. Okay, got it. And Tabitha, her perception is insanely high. There was no
Her passive
chance.
perception is 30.
Yeah. So there was no chance, and she realizes what I'm doing, and I'm like, I want to roll, or what was it, deception?
Yeah.
I get a nat 20, and he gets the shoes with the holes at the bottom.
Now, my character comes back and figures out what's going on. My character has a passive perception of 28 and a passive insight of 25. He's very wise.
Well,
And-
after that, my alignment was changed to chaotic evil.
No, you changed your alignment before it was announced that it had been changed to chaotic evil.
Ryan told me my alignment was now, Ryan 30M is now gay. And I've done several things since then that kind of prove the point. So it's kind of fair, honestly.
But this
Really
is
good
Jade's
about-
first real foray into D&D. So she was kind of like, oh, hey, I'll do this stupid thing I'd never do in real life.
Yeah.
And then realize that actions have consequences, even in D&D.
Unfortunately, I learned. But I didn't get caught, so. And then.
Miss Pebble definitely
Well,
caught
she
you.
caught me, but like I need Tabitha to where I was gonna die.
So my character in the game is a geriatric monk. She is in her 70s and is a reformed dragon cultist. That's her background. And
I have an extra jetpack. Oh no, I don't. Backpack or whatever it is.
so she also has a level of cleric and 3 levels of ranger, 9 levels of monk. So she can run up walls, she can cast cure wounds, and she can, track evil hidden things. Now the equivalent of those things in Warhammer 40k, I think that from a perspective of her duty, Ms. Pebble, if she was in 40k, would be one of the sisters of the Adepta Sororitas.
I love your name.
Well, her full name in the game is Maria Regina Juanita Garcia Pebbles. I thought that was fun.
I think it's hilarious and I love it.
Well, it's funny because Pebbles isn't a Spanish name, and the rest of it is all like the Mexican style Spanish names. Yeah, I thought it was hilarious. So I couldn't wait anymore, and I went ahead and based my minis.
I could see you up to something over there.
I mean, it happens. So if you guys want to look closely, that's what they look like. They are now currently armless, headless Ultramarines. This is where it
My
gets
favorite
good.
kind of Ultramarine.
Sure. The Sergeant is going to be next.
Is the sergeant like he's different? I assume.
Sergeants? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sergeant is equipped better.
We have to build him from scratch. Yes.
Yeah, you'll see.
Okay, so he's not one of these bases.
Well, he is one of these bases,
Oh.
but he's going to have different equipment on his arms.
Okay, I didn't know if we had needed to build him from his like torso, legs, etc.
Now, once you have all those backpacks on, I will show you how to base these, and we can talk about how we're going to equip the sergeant.
Mm-hmm.
So we both have a sergeant. What we have is 10 minis, and one of them is a sergeant in charge of his squad.
Got it.
And it's this body style is the sergeant.
And then
So here's how you put on the bases. Grab a mini, take your base, sit it down, put a drop on each foot, just sit it on it, and then slide it to the side. And you just let them sit there for a few minutes, and they'll cure completely. Did you get a drop on each foot?
Yeah.
Okay. They usually put on both the front and the back, but some of their feet are bent, and those you can only put it on the front. You're gonna get them all mixed up.
Yeah, well. Okay.
See, she's doing a good job. Even though she did mutilate the backpacks of the Ultramarine.
And there's one leg face missing.
We'll find that before we paint. No, we definitely will.
We're gonna find it in like 3 weeks.
No, we're gonna find it before we leave today.
Heads up, I'm not allowed to leave until I find it.
You are stuck here forever until you find the leg of the Ultramarine.
Also, you're not gonna be happy about this, but I also can't leave until I clean the glitter out of your truck.
No better than that. Our whole cast and crew just went out to lunch together, and she had no glitter on her.
You didn't search me, okay? Of course.
You just always carry like your tactical glitter.
I always have a lighter on me as well. I might not have.
I
it
think that
today.
what we should do is take one of these pouches for each of the Marines and call it a tactical glitter pouch?
Yes.
That would be hilarious.
Dude, imagine too, because like say they're like fighting, both are out of ammo, you know, the last resort is he's like on the ground, right? He's about to die. There's like a weapon. He takes his glitter, he throws it up into the guy's ass, and he wins the fight. How cool would that be? Like gives him the opportunity to get back up and keep fighting, you know, because he was about to die.
I think that sounds cool for like the role-playing game version. There's no mechanic for that in this.
Oh, that's
There are characters that, when they die, they get an attack.
Are these two different? Of course they are. Go up there.
It's called, I believe, Final Vengeance. So, like, when they die, they get to make one more attack and then they're dead. But I don't think any of these.
It'd be really cool if they did. We
I mean,
put use to a tactical glitter pouch.
tactical glitter is the best kind of glitter.
What is this?
What do you mean? Right in front of you.
Why is he? Is it just me? It is just me. Never mind.
That's one of the ones with the funny feet.
Slightly hear my voice echo. Okay, look at that.
Okay, so now that those are drying, go ahead and put your cap back on. And if you tilt it to the side, it stays fresh longer. So we have a choice. There's a bolt pistol, pointing finger, or having a bolter slung across his arm with a bolt pistol in his hand.
That's neat. I like that one.
On this side, we have open hand. I don't know what is on it in that one. And then there is, I guess maybe that's a shotgun in his hand.
Like the pointing finger with 58 would be cool.
Not sure which one I like better.
Oh.
So A, B, D, or D?
Are we doing ours the same? Are we doing them differently?
I don't know that it really matters.
If we do our surgeons the same?
Yeah, I like how he's got a helmet on the side, but I don't like a Marine without his helmet. I think that's just stupid. A lot of people are like, ooh, them take their helmet off and show their faces. And I'm like, who would do that in a war zone?
Right.
Like, nobody. That's just silly. So what about this one? Because, well, this one here, he's like, follow my orders.
That's what I was thinking. The blue, I like the fingers pointing with the gun in the other hand. I think it looks more.
Well, this one here, you've got like
commanding.
the comms thing. Yeah, that's probably more than that one. All right, let's go with that. So it's going to be parts 60 and 58. Here we go, 60.
Or
Right there.
you have the wrong thing. Yeah.
8 is this one,
Wait, where did you find 60?
right below 58.
Ah, I see it.
Cool thing about the sprues is they're all numbered. There is even a type of drill out there that we sell that you can drill the ends of the bolters to make an actual gun barrel.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So does this come off?
No, no.
This
So
little.
you have a strap, but this little nodule on it comes off.
That's what I was asking.
Yeah. So I'm just going to trim the little bit here. And you're going to file it roundly because it's much easier to get the details this way. And then this one on the top, I'm gonna file it with the round one, or with the flat. Go like this, check it out.
Oh, that's
And now I'm gonna use the round inside of his strap.
And this one.
So this is one of those where you actually put it on a mat. And it's easier to draw without ruining it. There we go.
Good. Which one of these
See?
is
Check it out.
the sergeant?
The strap isn't ruined, and I got the thing out. This one, this one.
This one?
So when you look at it, it's got, I'm holding it up like this, so you get a kind of test fit right there, where it fits. See how it stops moving? So you're gonna open your glue back up, and
No, I don't see it. How did you do that?
there.
Is there supposed to be something that connects to it?
Nope, not on these. These are the hard ones. So you get it about right here, and it has a tight, like it has a good fit. See how there's no seams?
Yeah.
And then you're gonna take the glue, just
Okay.
put it right here, the outside. If they can see it on there, yeah, they can see it on the street. Now, the reason that I go with plastic glue, not super glue, it doesn't stick to your fingers. It also,
I'm very glad about that because I was ready for it to fully like stick to my fingers.
yeah. Also, the plastic glue kind of actually melts two pieces together. So it makes it stronger overall. But it doesn't work if you've already painted the sprues. That's why I don't pre-paint my sprues. All right, so when you do this one, you move it around. There it is, right there. See that fit?
Oh, can I find it?
I was showing you where it is.
Oh, shit. Okay, got it.
That.
Got it.
Just gotta find that sweet spot. Once you have it, hold and count to 10.
My ears are really, really loud.
Only because it's so quiet in here.
Yeah.
Mine are ringing too. And it's not tinnitus. Okay, so the next one is picking out the head. There's a couple different ones. This shows number 8 or number 2. Two different heads. So let's look at them. Number 8, here's number 2. No, that's number 7. Number 8. Honestly, I think number 8 is the way to go.
Where's number 2?
No, I've changed my mind.
I see 2.
I don't want a headless Marine. Not a headless,
I
helmetless.
think 2 is better. I like 2.
Where's 2?
Right here.
Yes, with the helmet, that's
Yeah.
what I prefer. By a long shot. So my battle sisters,
Oh no, did you drop something?
I caught it. I didn't let it hit the floor because I don't have a skill issue. Oh.
Timestamp that.
So that I can highlight it and mark it on YouTube as the best
Do
spot for people to go to.
Timestamp that.
Right, so the thing with these,
just go in there
because the
like that.
socket is round, you gotta sand the bottom first or it won't fit right. See how mine is nice and smooth?
That's almost.
Then you just put one little drop in the divot. And put the round part in where you want it. Now, I think turning his head slightly so it looks like that.
Okay.
Let everybody at home see where he's pointing. Well, we turned off that light and you can even see the scatter in my shoulder. That's cool. Neat. So he's done.
That's so neat. That's it? That's all there is to it?
Oh, look at the box. So you have one sergeant, right?
Yeah.
But if you look around, you see the other body styles. The other body style looks like that, and he's carrying this storm bolter. Is it a storm bolter? It's got a big drum on the bottom. So the next one is going to be like that. And the rest of these, honestly, are just so easy. So let's look at the next one. We had all these variations, A, B, C, D. The thing that we are lacking, he has no pauldrons on his shoulders.
What are pauldrons?
These things, 75 and 76. We're gonna cut out 75 and 76.
That's for the sergeant?
Yeah, what is an ultramarine without his pauldrons?
Double skulls on.
Oh, no, that's the wrong one. Gotten so used to my humor, she doesn't even pay attention anymore.
What's the wrong one?
I'm telling you not to use the wrong one.
What? I thought you did something wrong.
Nope. Okay, so now don't trim off all the little pieces because you need those.
We've discussed that I'm not very good at keeping those on. You ever seen that audio that's like, don't cut the red wire, and they've already cut in. Or don't unplug the red wire, and then they plug it back in. It's like, if you already have unplugged it, don't plug it back in.
That's terrible. Suddenly everybody dies. Speaking of, that's how you stop a Tyranid infestation.
Pulling the red wire,
Now,
everybody dies.
to destroy the planet. So, the one that has just the little skull and not the additional stuff, looks like it fits right. Yep, there it goes, just like this. So now that I've test fitted it, now I'll glue it. But I don't glue until I test fit it. And I put a little drop right here, and then slide it in. Same thing on the other one. Just test fit first. Yeah, they'll fit just fine.
How did you get the one with all the stuff on? What's this?
So look, go around the base of the arm. Make it seat and let the glue do the rest. Or it's better like this. There we go. Okay. And then there's a piece missing to the gun that completes it. Right here, there's a magazine.
Yeah.
That magazine is part 67. So we're gonna cut out part 67. Might not be on this sheet. Oh look, right there, glitter pouch.
Here, what's it?
I was looking at all these numbers and I was like, oh, they're upside down. There's 67 right there.
Guess what?
Chicken butt.
Timestamp.
Timestamp. Know what the world needs more of? Timestamps.
Yeah, great.
What the world needs now is lots of time stamps.
Ow!
Did you just hurt yourself?
I scratched my nail, and the texture was so awful.
You're not supposed to do that.
I hate nail files. Don't get my nails done.
You know what we
Just
should do
about.
next time? We should go get our nails done.
Absolutely not.
Hey, Ash. You should go get Hannah and have her convince Jade to...
Absolutely not.
Let's all go get mani-pedis. Alright, so check it out. I got his drum on there
How
now.
do you get... Okay, how do you... Where does that go on it?
It just slides onto the top.
Oh, onto the... Oh, that's so easy.
Mhm.
Gotcha.
Super easy. And then we're actually almost through these. Now we're just to the equipment phase.
Hold on 1 minute. Okay, so does the picker part go on the inside or the outside? Or inside?
Yeah, it goes on the inside. The rest of these are real simple. The arms are all made to fit everywhere. But if you look, the arms are in pairs, right?
Mm-hmm.
So 15, 16, 39, 40, 23, 24, 47, 48,
Why can't I get
132,
this to
50,
do it?
51. Huh?
I get this. Help. Can't get it on there all the way.
It's on there.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's on there all the way?
Yep.
Okay.
So now we just pick out weapon kits.
Okay, so we
If you
gotta
want
do...
to put some more fancy stuff on here, you can add like these handwritten prayers. You can't put a scope on that gun because I use it. If you look down here, these are all things that can go on him.
We can look at it. Is that on the sergeant? Yeah.
Yeah, but see, like he's got a prayer on his leg,
Oh, yeah.
a little reliquary. So we can add little details. Or we just leave him like that. I think he looks good as is, but we can actually discuss like, I don't know, what do you, the prayers might look good. 92. Little prayer, put it on the,
Where do you see 92?
yeah, a little prayer to him.
Where the heck is 92? $98. $93. Where do you see 92?
Oh, it's in my hand now.
Where is it on here?
One second,
93. Oh, there it is.
Here we go. See?
Okay.
Those little details that set it off. There's a prayer on his leg and one of these little reliquaries, I guess. 86.
Goes on his leg. Just like on there.
Mhm. What do you think so far?
Yeah, this is really neat. I love the detail.
Check these out. I'm thinking, put one of those on his leg.
What is it?
Get this little pulley thing.
On your sergeant?
Yeah. Put it on his hip. It's in the picture like that.
Does it make that like wood?
Probably made out of some sort of precious metal. This one I'm gonna hold it with tweezers.
What number is it?
88. Put a little drop on it. Stick it to him. Right there.
What'd you say it was? His looks different than that. Never mind. It looks like a little radio.
No, it's like a pulley thing attached to the belt or something.
Oh, neat. Oh, I see it. Oh. I was looking at it backwards.
So it's like.
Okay, I see it. I was looking at it with the front side up, a little radio.
So what I would like to do with the rest of our time here is let's go ahead and get the arms on and the heads on. And then before we paint them off camera, we can make little
Okay.
detailed decisions. Sound good?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn to the next page where the arms are. So you're gonna have 2 pairs of each of these. Maybe? Hold on. Yeah. Should have 2 of each. So 15, 16. Here's 16. We should have 2 of them. I'm gonna cut out 15 and 16 for the first guy.
15 and 16?
Yep, they're right next to each other. So this is the same arm, or the same guy as the first one we did. And I would start with the gun arm side first and attach that, and then the second arm because it has to line up with it. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
No? Jade is having trouble. There we go. And my thumb slipped when I first did it. Thumb slipped when I second did it. But I got to work the third time. Can you imagine doing a whole combat patrol?
We'll have to.
What I do with this is I put it and position it just off center. And while it's still tacky, go back and I put the drop here. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I push the arm up. Here's the product. Then we attach the pauldrons and a head. All these heads are the same. They're near. The helmeted heads
Does
are
my
all the
guy
same.
have a hand?
Yeah, the hand is already on the gun. See?
Ah, I see, I see.
You're just gluing the wrist pieces together.
Alright.
So he'll need 2 pauldrons. The pauldrons for the
Oh,
Marines
shit.
are all the same.
Or shoot, timestamp, sorry.
Cutting a bunch of these off. Not normally advisable, but I know what I'm doing, so.
Debatable. Anyways.
Then I'm gonna sand the bottoms of these real quick. My goal is to get the rest of these ultramarines put together and call it a day. All right, I have those pauldrons on, so I'm going to put a drop here. Ta-da! Drop here. You okay?
Yep.
Those are both on.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab a magazine. You had a bunch of them on here. On the other side.
Okay, his arms are on.
There's a couple different kinds. See how these have scopes
Yeah.
instead of drum magazines?
Mm-hmm.
I like these, so I'm gonna go with these.
What scopes?
Yeah.
Does it matter which scope I use?
Not really.
That one's.
Like, there's another drum magazine too if you want to use drum magazines, but I'm gonna give this guy a scope because I think it's cool. So, I always recommend test fitting. How easy it fits.
Mm-hmm.
Put that little dropper right there. I get it to go in, I'll be happy. What's wrong?
And then he needs his shoulder thingies.
See?
Very cool.
And we put a head on him. And he's done.
Ooh, that scared me.
Hey, Ashley. How much time do we have left? That's what I thought. So once I get this guy together, we are gonna actually wrap this episode up and we will put these together off camera and next time we will paint them. But I wanna have 2 completed minis before I wrap it. Check it out.
Very cool.
So this is my finished Primaris Ultramarine.
I'm nearly finished with my second one.
This is actually where we're going to wrap it up. And at the beginning of our next episode, maybe we'll have some clips of how finishing these up and spray painting them went. And we will paint them.
Oh,
Sound good?
Here's my second. Oh, I need a head.
Got to put a head on
I
him.
just need a head, that's all.
Oh, you gave him a drum magazine?
Yes.
All right. One-upping me. I see how it is.
Every single day, no stuff.
I think the drum magazine actually probably would have fit better. It's too late. Pop it off. It is not. Ha 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 ha. I'm gonna put a drum too because that one isn't seating properly. I wish it did, but I think this one was actually intended to have a drum.
Okay, now, where is my... He has a little drum magazine on. He has both his shoulder thingies on. Got a backpack. He is ready to listen.
Agreed. So thank you very much for watching this episode of Tabletop Scholar with us as we put together these minis.
I'll be back next week.
Yes. Please like and subscribe if you are watching us on YouTube. If you are watching us on Twitch,
It
it's
takes
follow.
2 seconds to share. Please share.
Yeah, please share. And we hope that you had a good time. We'll see you next time on Tabletop Scholar.